Some people are gonna think that I'm crazy, but I don't care. All that matters to me is Isaiah.
Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like go, y'all. G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got it cold. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go, go. Got the ass to the floor. You ain't gotta do it on these niggas, no. I've been in feelings, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my private baby? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot of faith. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want to shoot with the head at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you right at the top. She wants your name, yo. I'm only doing cash out, I don't need promo. I pull up to the high rise, I'm in the 4-4. Inside Coco. If I got a feeling, I keep it inside my heart. And I keep up petty cause I don't do the sign. You see my diamonds even when I'm in the dark. And since you got it, it makes you gonna do anything. Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like go, y'all. G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got it cold. I know I gotta keep my shawty on go, go. Got the ass to the floor. You ain't gotta do it on these niggas, no. I've been in feelings, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my private baby? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot of faith. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, babe. Now you want to shoot with the head at the bottom, babe. You know I like when you right at the top. If I hit it running back, she gon' hit the sidewalk. If she got a message with her, take her back to my law. Got a five in up on it, wild. And then they been begging for shit, style. Never keep my hoes divided. Remember I was pulling up in the valley. You know I take her so when she ride it. This nigga's all 10 years old. Shot it on the drive, it look like a demo. Every time we kick it like tempo. Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. I put some ice on you cause you got it cold. I know I gotta keep my shawty on the go, go. Got that ass to the floor, bro. Yeah. Shawty made that ass clap, she don't need no applause. High fashion, like oh y'all. G-Wagon, or the Rover. I put some ice on you cause you got it cold. I know I gotta keep my shawty on the go, go. Got that ass to the floor. You ain't gotta do it on these niggas, no. I've been in feelings, is that okay? Is it okay if I call you my private baby? I ain't no player, I just got a lot of faith. But let me tell you, I like you a lot of faith. I wanna start at the top and the bottom, baby. Now you want to shoot with the head at the bottom, baby. You know I like when you right at the top.
Your body drive me crazy. Your body need a license fit. Your body are too tight.
Yes. What's going on, family? What's going on, guys? Let's get it.
She just wanna dance and tease me. 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 Listen, you've been missing since 2016.
Turn up.
You know that's my assistant. When she speak, I listen. She swears you're my missus. I say we think different. I see by your heart, I see. Come, baby, come, try me. Who you gonna love if you run by me, love? Too many twists and turns.
Yes. What's going on, family? What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's nightly session with your boy Abel. Super excited to be here, family. Go ahead and just say what's up in the chat one time if you guys can hear me loud and clear. Make sure everything is good. Make sure everything is right. Because, boy, do we got a lot of things to cover tonight, family. Boy, we got a lot of things to cover tonight, as you guys can see by taking a look at today's topics. Right, again, every stream, I'm going to do that, right, where I put all of our topics down in the chat, or not down in the chat, but right here below my face, so you guys can see pretty much what we're going to talk about today. All right, and again, I think we have a few interesting topics for sure. right, that we're going to get into after we take a look at the markets, after we, talk about what has happened today and all that good stuff, right? But again, I'm super excited to be here with you guys all tonight. And I'm excited to provide you guys with some value, family. Right, we got Free Zone in the building. Eric, what's up, Morah? Devin in the building as well. Appreciate you guys, man. Go ahead and smash that like button one time, family. Smash the like button one time for your boy. Yes, yes. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Uh-huh. What's going on, Jonathan? Good to see you in the chat, man. Good to see you, good to see you, good to see you in the building. Let me see. Alright, so let's go ahead and get right into this, family. Alright, let's go ahead and get right into this. Not going to be wasting no time. Right, and let's talk about what happened today. Take a quick look at the overall markets, right? Because the markets, for the most part, to be fair, really didn't do too much. Obviously, we did see some type of volume, some type of volatility in the morning because of the news event that we had with CPI coming out. And we're going to get to CPI in a little bit, right? So we can talk about exactly how that came out and our thoughts moving forward, right, past CPI. But for the most part, the markets really didn't do much, right? I mean, gold itself, if you guys look at gold is still trapped within this range, right? We did see the market overall, sell off due to CPI and how it came out, but ultimately came right back up, and the market literally pretty much erased the entire news drop that we had there on gold, right? And I'm gonna get into gold as well, because obviously, you guys can see we finally reached below that 2015 level, and we did get a nice little reaction out of that, right? But we'll go ahead and talk about that in a few, right? I just want to get through the overall breakdown of what has happened today, right? And looking at the dollar itself, similar concept, guys. The dollar is also still, very much still range bound. Again, we did see an increase in dollar strength to start the day off, or at least, due to news we've seen, dollar strength come into the market, but this thing did not hold whatsoever, right? We completely came all the way back down and erased that entire news spike that we actually seen due to data that came out, right? Specifically CPI data, right? And that's gonna be the same thing across the board for a lot of these dollar pairs, right? So again, gold very much choppy, erased the entire drop that we've seen for news. The dollar itself erased the entire move higher. Euro USD completely, we've seen a sell-off here for news, completely erased it. And again, that's literally pretty much what's really happening here overall, right? Is the fact that we did see the market do that, right? Initial sell-off on the news, and the markets truly didn't care. It came all the way back and completely erased that entire sell-off, right? But that's pretty much what the markets really ultimately did across the board for dollar pairs, right? Now, in terms of indices actually had a very interesting sell-off as well, right? Due to news. The S&P collapsed pretty hard, the NASDAQ collapsed pretty hard, and so did US 30, right? They all fell pretty hard because of news, but similar concept, right? They were not able to sustain that fall, and they actually ended up rebounding and pretty much correcting damn near the entire news sell-off that we've seen, right? So again, another asset that did something very similar as well, right? Where we had an initial move one way off of news, and the market just didn't care, came all the way back up. And that just tells me, man, that the buyers and the sellers, guys, really are battling right now, right? They're really trying to figure out who's actually going to come out on top. Because it seems like right now, man, like they're having a tough time figuring out who actually wants to go ahead and truly dominate, right? Especially if you look at the past week or two in the markets, they've been very choppy, right? Markets literally have not been doing much whatsoever, right? Making it, that much harder to actually get some long-term trades in, man, some long-term positions, but overall, we will see if we can eventually find some type of direction this thing ends up going. But overall, like I said, man, the markets have been very choppy, very range-bound for a lot of these dollar pairs, even for indices as well. Now, the only other thing that we were considering, or matter of fact, not even considering, right, but the only other thing that we actually took, or that we're currently in right now, is this GJ. All right, we actually ended up taking GJ sells this morning, looking to see if we can now finally start to correct, a lot of this, bullishness that we've had for the past week or two. I think now is a good opportunity for this thing to possibly roll over. At the very least for GJ, I'm targeting down here at the very least the 184 250s as like a first target. But I think there's really a decent opportunity, right, or a good chance that we even target much further. All right, so we're gonna see how this actually, turns out overall. All right, we'll have to see exactly how this ends up closing for the week. But I am currently in a sell right now for GJ. All right, I am currently in a sell. That I took this morning. Right, again, this is not something I just took now. It's something I took this morning. I am now break even on this position as well. Right, just because I don't like us staying, this high for this long. Right, so I am also break even on this GJ. Again, this is something that we took this morning together inside of the trade room. All right, so if you guys were a part of the trade room, you're most likely probably in this. I believe break even was called a lot earlier in the day. So some of you guys might have gotten stopped out of break even already. But I had never rolled my stops, right? I just now moved it literally before this session started, right? When I was just taking a quick little, swing through the markets real quick, right? So overall, I'm at break even. Again, just by the look of price, I don't think this is going to hold. I think there's a good chance that price is probably going to come back out and just hit me at break even. So it is what it is, though, if that's what happens, right? We'll just adjust and look for the next opportunity if that does happen. Okay, if that happens. All right, so that's pretty much what we looked at for today, family, right? I was looking at golds for today, right? I mean, we were eyeing these shorts here. I just never called it, man. I never called it, and we honestly probably should have, because this thing ended up falling pretty nicely to the downside. But I didn't call it because I wasn't able to get the risk reward to make sense for me, right? So we never ended up calling it officially gold sell. But I still know a few people actually ended up still jumping in regardless. The only thing that was like an official call out was this GJ sell. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think this actually ends up lasting too much longer. I might probably end up hitting at break even here. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at with that, right? But what's next now, right? Now that we looked at what we traded today, what we took advantage of this morning inside of the trade room. Again, if you guys are not a part of the trade room, highly encourage you guys to go ahead and lock in. It's $25 for the first month. And you can literally come watch us trade live in real time, execute live in real time. And it's just a dope experience overall, right? So if that's what you want to do, let me know, and I could go ahead and send you the sign up link and the coupon code so you can go ahead and join for $24 for the month and come trade with us for 16 sessions. 16 sessions for $24. You can't argue that, right? Especially when we're literally executing live in front of your face in real time, which is extremely beneficial for you as somebody that is trying to grasp things, right? So that's pretty dope. But what do we have next now, right? And this is where I think, what's next, right? And that's where I'm really trying to think now, right? What do I think is actually going to happen next now, right? We got the data that came out the way it did, right? In fact, let's actually go ahead and really talk about the news, and then we can try to figure out what we can plan moving forward in terms of setups, right? That might make sense for us, right? In terms of direction, that might make sense, right? But before we even do that, let's actually talk about the news that we actually had today, right? Because we did have, again, core CPI and CPI news come out, and this is some very important information or important data that did come out because it has to do with inflation, right? It is a measure of inflation, and we want to see if inflation truly is trending lower, continues to stay lower, or if there's a possible rebound here in inflation. Right now, I did tell you guys last week, right, leading up into today's news event, that I was expecting the market, or at least I was expecting CPI to come out higher, simply because December is a heavy spending month, right? I expect, a lot of demand to occur, right? Which means a lot of consumer spending is going to happen, which could possibly raise inflation. So that's what I was predicting, right? And the markets actually did come out higher than expected here, right? If we're looking at headline CPI, it was at 3.1%. It actually came out at 3.4, right? Much higher than the 3.2 forecast that they had, right? That's from the year-to-year perspective. Month-to-month, we went from 0.1 to 0.3, right? That's headline CPI, right? That is including everything, right? Everything. And we've seen a nice little jump here, right? Inflation has increased from this time last year. Now, when we look at core CPI, right, which core is something that we do want to, I would hold core a little bit more at a higher level. I would say maybe one tick higher than headline CPI, and it's because, that's really what the Fed is looking at, right? That's really what Jerome Powell and his team is looking at, right? Because we understand, and if you guys don't know, you have to understand, guys, how much influence volatile sectors like food and energy truly have on inflationary numbers, right? And it can get skewed simply because of food or energy, truly dragging the markets one way or another. So core completely takes those out of the equation, right? Core gives us inflation minus food and energy so that we can have a general idea of truly what inflation is without those more volatile sectors, right? So that's what core is, and it's definitely one that is of importance right now, right? But looking at core, we actually seen a little bit of a drop on core, right? So we went from 4.0 to 3.9, which is good, right? That's still seeing it trend in the right direction. Now, month to month, we see no change. It still came out at 0.3%, which is what it was expected. But we did see a 0.1% drop. So headline CPI, we seen a crazy uptick in it. But core CPI actually ended up coming out lower than previously, higher than expected, but still lower than previous, which is very good news, right? So now with all this being said, how am I looking at these markets and how am I going to approach them? Right, knowing that core CPI is now behind us, now we have to prepare for the next major news event. Right, the markets are now going to start to react and move based off of the sentiment of the next news event. Right now, the next major one. Right, next week we don't have nothing too crazy for the dollar. We have a lot of stuff for a lot of the other currencies, right? A lot of the foreign currencies, we have a ton of CPI and a ton of different news events for sure. But we don't have nothing too crazy for the dollar next week, right? But we do have it in 2 weeks. At the end of the month is going to be our next major, catalytic event, you could say, right? And that's going to be the actual interest rate decision, right? Are we going to leave interest rates where they're at around 5.5%, or are we finally going to start to, cut rates? I'll be honest, based off of the CPI report, there's no way in hell I think that we cut rates. All right, I don't think there's no way in hell that we cut rates. In fact, what I think today's CPI report did, it just really made a case for us to keep interest rates elevated for a prolonged period of time. Right now, that's not saying I'm expecting them to raise interest rates. No, I'm expecting them just to keep it where it's at for a long time, right? Until things truly, inflation truly does continue to trend lower and eventually gets back into that 2% range that the Federal Reserve truly wants, right? So that's my guess, okay, for the interest rate decision in 2 weeks, which again is our next major event that the markets will probably start to prepare for. So if that's true, right, if interest rate decision is the next event that the markets are probably going to start to prepare for, and we have a good idea that they're probably going to keep them the same, right, we're going to get no change whatsoever, how can we trade that, right? How is the markets going to react? Well, I'm going to play off based on what the sentiment has been, right? The sentiment has been very much risk on, right? Where assets have been gaining value, right? Stock market has been pushing up, right? We've seen the markets really be very much risk on. And I want to probably continue to, follow that trend, right? I want to follow in that type of momentum, right? So what does that mean here, right? When it comes to looking at the dollar and when it comes to looking at everything else, well, I want to see continuations here for the dollar, right? I went over all the fundamentals news. I went over all the sentimental news because it's very important, because I always incorporate that into my analysis. Right? If you guys are new to my streams, family, you guys are going to realize very quickly that I am very big on fundamental analysis, right? I literally incorporate it into my entire analysis, and this what helps me gain the confidence to truly do what I do, right? So I'm very big on fundamental analysis. So based off fundamentals and based off technicals, I would like to look for continuations here lower. So I want to continue to short this dollar. All right, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong here. Right, the market could just bounce right up, but based off what we're currently seeing, based off the data that we just had, based off the upcoming data that we have in the future in 2 weeks, yeah, I think there's a possible good chance we do just continue to roll over to the downside here, right? So that's what I'm gonna be preparing, guys, going into tomorrow's trade session to see what we can take advantage of. Right, again, who knows? Depending on how we wake up in the morning, we'll see what the market is actually at and see if it still makes sense for us to maybe want to short. But as of now, on the bigger picture, that's really what I like. All right, I like continuations lower here. All right, I'm a big fan of continuations lower. I would like for us to come all the way back down to around the 101 level, and then from there, see what happens once we come back down to these lows. right? So that's where I'm at for the dollar itself, guys, right? Big fan of that for sure. All right, let me go ahead and catch up with the chat real quick. Let's see, GU sells I might want to play tonight. Yeah, GU, man, GU's in that area that we were looking at, right? This LP that we have up here, that pocket of liquidity, right? Is there a chance for, you know, the markets to give us a play here? Possibly, but I want to be honest, right? If GU does sell off from here, I don't know if we're gonna fully sell off deep. Right, I initially wanted that, right? I wanted us to come all the way down to these lows and take out the 1.261 level. But the way I feel how the dollar now, and the way I think the dollar could actually start to roll over, that tells me that GU might possibly just continue going higher here. All right, now again, just like I said before, I could be wrong. All right, and I say that to obviously just let you guys know, if you are if you are truly convinced that this is going to short, which again, I like the idea as well earlier today, then don't let my opinion stop you from taking that stab in the market, right? That's why you manage risk, just in case you're wrong, right? But for me, I don't know. I'm leaning towards something like this now, right? Even if we do see a little sell-off, I will be very interested in look for some longs, probably anywhere between the 1.274 and 1.272. Right, that's what I'm leaning towards right now. Again, I could be wrong, but I'll have to see where we're at by the morning time. But I don't think I'm going to be wrong here. All right, so I want to look for some buys for GU somewhere within this level down here. That's where I will feel comfortable, personally speaking. All right, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the market does do. All right, let's see what we got here. Let me see. Go tomorrow's news. Yeah, I mean, we could talk about tomorrow's news. What do we got for tomorrow, actually? Let's see. Okay, yeah. So tomorrow we actually have pound news. We have GDP news for the pound, but more importantly, we have PPI data also. All right. So today we had CPI, right, the Consumer Price Index, right, which tells us how much we're paying, more or less, at the supermarkets or at the stores or just in general, right? Producer Price Index, PPI, has to do with what these businesses are actually paying to actually create the products that we're spending money on, right? So that is what PPI is. We do have that tomorrow. As of right now, let me actually bring up, I wonder, it's only showing me the core PPI and regular PPI month over month. Let me see what the year-over-year numbers are. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Where are you? All right, here we go. Okay. All right, so Corey, actually, we'll talk about headline PPI, right? So headline PPI right now, guys, is expected to go from 0.9%. They're expecting a jump to 1.3, right? So they're expecting a pretty decent jump here from 0.9 to 1.3, an increase in inflation from the producer standpoint, right? That is the headline PPI year-over-year number, right? Headline PPI month-over-month is expected to also jump from 0.0 to 0.1%. Now let's look at core numbers, right? Which again, core holds a little bit more weight, I would say, right? So core month over month, or actually core year over year, is expected to go from 2.0 to 1.9, right? So core is actually expected to drop in inflation year over year. Month over month is expected to increase, right? But year over year core, which is probably the most important one, year over year core, we are expected to see a small drop. If this does come out as true, then that would be cool. Now, again, I don't think it does come out lower. I think these things do all come out higher than expected. For similar reasons why I mentioned, even from the consumer side of things. All right. So I think these do come out higher than expected. And I think that the markets really could possibly react and run off of that data. All right. So that's my thoughts on PPI. I think we come out higher than expected. Higher than expected PPI data could possibly bring a little bounce here in the dollar. But either way, I would still be a big fan of shorting this. Even if PPI did give us a little bit of a bounce, I would probably just call the fake out and look for that pump fake to back to the downside. All right, so I don't know. That's just where I'm at now overall. All right, that's where we're at right now overall. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Shoot, I'm with them in the battle, and for real, we're doing a daily look over my chair, every catching the moves in hindsight. Yep. Let's see. GJ, please don't kill my vibes. That's a banger, right? We should play that real quick, right? What's GJ doing now? Okay, GJ, come on. Oh yeah, we gotta play that vibe. We gotta play that song real quick, family. Hold on. If you know, you know, family. If you know, you know. And you only know this if you're in the trade room. And you only gonna sing this if you're actually in profit on GJ right now, which we are. Let's go, GJ. Again, this is the only position I'm currently in right now is GJ. And this is our theme song for GJ. Hey, this is a banger, family, I swear. GJ, please don't kill my vibes. Hey, hey, hey. Turn up, turn up. I swear, when we started singing this song, family, it works. Whenever we sing this song, man, it always plays out in our favor, GJ. Alright, we started singing this song to GJ. Truthfully, down here, we called out GJ buys literally from the lows like last week. But then we called re-entries down here. This is where we started to sing to GJ. Ever since we were singing to GJ, this thing ran for like 300 pips. GJ, please don't kill our vibe. And that's all we're saying. We're just telling her not to kill our vibe. GJ, come on, baby. GJ, please don't kill our vibe. Yeah, come on. We need you to roll over, GJ. There we go. Close like this. It's beautiful. GJ, please don't kill my vibe. Oh, shit. Oh, hey, hey. GJ, please don't kill my vibe. Yeah, this is a banger right here, family. Oh my God, it's a banger. Hey, hey. Yeah, now that's a banger. I got you guys. I got you guys with a. We're gonna play my playlist in the morning. Hold on. I don't mind my shoes. DJ, please don't kill my vibe. Hey, hey, turn up. Yeah, now this song is a banger. I swear it is. Alright, so let's see what else we got here though, family, right? Hopefully GJ can continue for us. GJ is looking good, man. We need this thing to close right here and just now start to drive for us. Come on, baby. We've been holding this position all day long. Literally, we got in on this engulfing right here. Like, we literally got in right here at this high. Alright, so we've been holding for over 12 hours now. It's time for you to pay us out, baby. Come on. You don't gotta play hard to get like that. Just pay us out. We'll all call it a day. Everybody's happy. Everybody's satisfied, you know? And we'll leave it at that, man. Alright, let's see what else we got. Let me go back to the other playlist. Alright, let's see. Can y'all talk about the situation going on right now with the youthies in the Middle East? Yeah, absolutely. Did I actually put that? I didn't put that, but that's supposed to be on the topics of today as well. Because that is actually massive, right? Because the US and the UK have teamed up against the Houthis. Alright, which is an Iranian-backed militia. Alright, so I'll just put it like that, right? US, UK have teamed against the Houthis, so I remember to talk about that, right? Because that is a very interesting conversation, family. And again, you know, the whole situation right now that's happening in the Middle East, especially now that the US is actively sending rockets at a militant group, like, I'm considering that war, bro. I don't care what anybody says, but you know, we have to see if there can be some type of effect on the markets that we're trading, right? And that's what we'll get into as well when we get to that point, for sure. All right, but let's see what else we got here. That's my better brother A1 setup that you just showed on GJ. Okay. Let's see. Send me the link. Send me the link. Absolutely. Absolutely. So if you guys are not a part of the Profit Society, oh my goodness. Highly encourage you guys, family, to go ahead and join the Familia. Right? Join the Familia. And use coupon code 2024 to only pay 24 bucks. All right, to only pay 24 bucks. Whoops, I didn't mean that last message. All right, so Profit Society, coupon code 2024. Let me see if it types better this one. Hey. Alright, so we'll see. The link is in the chat, family. If you guys are interested in joining the family, we love you and we appreciate anybody that does join the family. Alright, so let's see. That rate cut is a no-go. Rates will be maintained. Absolutely, that is my guess as well. Let's see. Dollar's still gonna flop. Hopefully, bearish dollar. Nasdaq fresh highs again. That's what I'm thinking, Eric. That's what I'm thinking. All right, that's exactly what I'm thinking at this point, right? Especially just seeing how we reacted today, you know, to the news. I mean, let's just take a look at the DXY real quick. I'll take a look at the Capcom one as well, just so we can get the volume. All right, and I mean, yeah, we had a ton of volume here. All right, we had a ton of volume clearly because news. That went nowhere. All right. I mean, we took internal range out of the equation, but we really didn't go nowhere. Didn't break no real structure to the upside. Nothing, right? So yeah, classic form of absorption, if you ask me. So I don't know. I just see a lot of downside coming for the dollar. So yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Let's see. Dollar will continue bullish. It's possible, but I just don't see it just yet. Let's see. Dixie 1 hour look like distro. It does. I mean, this whole thing, right? What if this is now the UTAD, right? The up thrust after distribution that takes the high, takes liquidity, takes the internal range structure point, and now we are shifting lower, all right, to start to go ahead and get back into the original trend that we've been in for the past 3 months, right? Again, don't lose sight of the trend here, right? We have been clearly pushing lower for the past 3 months. Now, I get it, right? We are now into a level of major structure that could possibly really give us a possible reversal if that's really what it wants to do, but I don't think we're there just yet, man. I still think we have a lot of downside, and then when we get down to these lower levels, then we can start to maybe consider, you know, possible bullish reversals or just continuations to the downside here, right? But as of right now, we're not there yet. The only thing that I see, that I believe is clear as day, is the continuations lower here, right? So that's what I want to continue to ride out, is continuation to the downside. All right, so we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong at the end of the day. Let's see what's going on, little bro. Danny, I see you, my brother. What's up? All right, you know I got you, Shirley. We played that song. I'm gonna play that a lot more times throughout today's session too. I got you. Let's see. Do you use any indicators? Right. So the only indicator that you see on the screen right now is a moving average, and the only other one that you will see is going to be the volume. All right, so again, volume, the moving average. On my other screen, you guys don't see it, you know, but I do have, you know, a couple more moving averages. I do, right, on a separate screen that you guys can't see. But for the most part, this is generally how my charts look. Just straight volume and one moving average, and that's it. And I just use raw price action, raw structure, smart money concepts, Wyckoff, supply and demand. I use all of that to really identify what I'm looking for. Let's see. I need one for Naz. Volume in that EMA. Yep. No song for Naz. You just gotta come ready for the smoke. Yeah, Naz don't play. Naz really don't play. It really doesn't. Let's see. Hi, Abel. Great to have found you here. What's going on, Margaret? Good to see you in the chat. I appreciate you, and I'm glad that you found me as well. Let's see, if you're funded already or have some personal funds loaded and ready to trade, just do it. You'll make it back. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see, Euro AUD made the move higher, but I didn't find my entry, sadly. Euro AUD. Let's go take a look at Euro AUD real quick. Euro AUD. What are you doing here, buddy? All right, so Euro AUD has... Euro AUD. How I feel about Euro AUD. I mean, Euro AUD is definitely at an interesting point, right? Just because we're testing a major level of structure support. You know, and this structure put support right here could possibly, right, really send us lower here. All right, depending on how much, obviously, you know, selling pressure we get from this level here. But hey, there is a possibility for a possible reversal here on Euro AUD, just based off what I'm looking at, right? Because I'm looking at what's happened, right? I'm always taking into account liquidity, right? Where has liquidity been taken last, and where has liquidity been generating next, right? When I look at this whole play right here, I look at this resistance, I look at the high that happened, I look at the market taking it, right? That's a grab of liquidity if you ask me. And now we're shifting back lower. Where can we target? Right? I mean, this clear trend line right here is a beautiful start to target. I would want to take out this entire trend line right there. Right? And not just that, but I want to take out this entire support, right? So when it comes to targets, I think we have a clear target. Right? We have the sweep of liquidity to the highs. We have liquidity being built up left behind. Now I think now that we took out this liquidity here, now it's time to target sell side liquidity, right? And that's where these lows come into play, and I would like to target all of those lows essentially, right? So yeah, EA might not be a bad play, man. Again, this is just speculation based off of this higher time frame, daily time frame structure point, and just based on how we reacted previously in the previous day's candle. That's pretty much what I think I'm leaning towards, right, for Euro AUD now. We did have a crazy spike up, but it didn't do anything, right? I actually ended up leaving this wick behind, you know, and I think we could start to see this thing possibly roll over. Right, but that's just me. Again, to be fair, I don't even really trade Euro AUD. I can't remember the last time I placed a trade on Euro AUD. You know, but so just, you know, take it for whatever you want, for whatever it is. All right, but that's what I'll be looking for. I think this would be nice. Yeah, something like that would be pretty cool. All right, let's see what else we got here. Buy Casper, right? Shout out to Casper, man. Is Casper still going crazy? Oh my goodness, Myro family, look at this thing go, bro. I called this out to the Familia 300% ago. Oh my goodness, up around 370% on Myro. Look at this thing go. Oh my goodness, family. If you guys are not familiar with what Myro is, it's just a cryptocurrency. It's a meme coin, right? It's a meme project that is built on top of the Solana blockchain. Yeah, and I actually ended up calling out a buy on this literally 3 weeks ago. You know, telling everybody, like, listen, I'm gonna start accumulating some Myro. I think it's at a great level to start accumulating and move forward to where we're at today. Yeah, oh my goodness, it's been phenomenal. All right, absolutely phenomenal. All right, so look at it right here, just in case you think I'm capping. All right, December 20th. I want to start with this gem Myro. All right, when we called this out, it was a $22 million market cap when we initially talked about it. Right, it was just under 2 cents, or just above 2 cents. I mean, this is when we called it out. All right, look at the screenshot. Now Myro is, oh my goodness, this thing is. Let me bring up. Now look at Myro go. Right, again, keep in mind, family, right? I called this out. I called Myro out when it was a baby, $22 million market cap. Now it's $100 million market cap. We went from 20 million to 100 million just like that in a matter of 3 weeks. That is the crypto space for you, right? That's why this space is one of the very few spaces, right? Very few markets, especially right now because of the timing, where you can literally see crazy flips. Like, we're talking about making 5x, 10x, 100 times your return if you just find the right projects, man. Look at this thing is going absolutely insane, right? We're literally flowing around 370, 380% right now, boy. Oh my goodness. Shout out to big old Myro. I don't know, that just got me excited because I see it still pushing. This thing is going nuts right now. Let's go. All right, but yeah, Casper's a good one as well, right? I think Casper, I think Casper really is going to be a good one as well. I think that one does have a lot of potential as well. Absolutely. Let's see. Please analyze the gold chart. Yeah, for sure. I mean, we already took a look at gold, but absolutely, I don't mind obviously giving you a rundown of what I think is going to happen here. So gold is interesting, man. We've been literally playing. If you guys really we're paying attention, family, all week, right? Now, again, I know I wasn't able to jump on yesterday. I apologize, right? Last night, I just couldn't. My internet was just completely shitty. So I wasn't able to come on last night. But if I did come on last night, it would have been the same thing I told you guys on Monday night, on Tuesday night, and so on and so forth, right? You know, the same play was the same exact play here on gold. All right, what did I tell you guys at the beginning of the week, family? I was going to target this low, right? I wanted to see price take 2015. Okay, so what did we do this entire week? Well, guess what? All right, we know we wanted to target 2015, so anytime we pulled back, we sold it, right? So we sold gold up here last week. We sold gold here this week. We sold gold again here. And then we also sold gold. Well, actually, I kind of missed the gold. So I didn't sell gold today, unfortunately, but we did tell everybody. I did say on the call this morning, I'm like, there's no way in gold. There's no way in hell gold doesn't fall and takes to 2015, right? So the same play was the same play. And that's one thing that you guys could be aware of as well, right? Especially if you're able to identify long-term targets. Like this was a long-term, it's not even long-term, but this was a target for me, right? I wanted to see the market come and take out this low right here, right? I just felt like there's so much liquidity here, right? That's built up below this low, below 2015. On top of that, we have all this inefficiency that's left behind, these fair value gaps that were left behind. I just thought we had a very clear target, which was down here. On top of the clear target, the market was also, right, breaking highs, right? Grabbing liquidity. Right, breaking structure to grab liquidity. We're grabbing liquidity and we're still generating more, right? So every time we're sweeping these, creating these breaks, we're just giving us more opportunity to go lower, right? So literally the same exact play, nothing changed, right? I just continued to sell until we finally took out this 2015 level every single day, every New York session. But that's old news now, right? Like, all right, but we get it. We missed out on a lot of pips with you, bro. We get it. What's next? All right, we want next, right? We want next. We're not going to reminisce on what just happened. We understand we missed out on all these pips. What's next? All right, so this is what I think is going to happen next, right? For gold personally. I'm interested to see if there's a possibility now for gold to truly start to go back to the upside here. Right? I'm very much looking for now that we took out 2015, we actually did spike below this level, right? It wasn't a crazy move below. You know, but we did spike below that level, right? And we got a pretty decent reaction out of here too as well, right? Which does tell me that there was a lot of demand clearly under that 2015 for us to get this reaction back up. So now there's two things that we could wait for, right? We can either see if price is going to give a deeper pullback, maybe somewhat back to these lows to then possibly try to get in. You know, could even just be on a, you know, this little, and again, I don't really use patterns as much as I used to in the past, but I mean, they're still very obvious, right? So maybe if you do a little inverted head and shoulder type of pattern, maybe that can play for you. But what I think I'm going to just wait for in the morning is to see where we're at now, like at this current level that we're at now, right? Like this level that we're currently testing, right? Because I know we're pretty much trapped between 2032 and 2039 right now. We're trapped between those two levels. I think we just continue to drive here, all right? Like there is a possibility that we pull back, and if we do, I'm taking the buy. But I don't know if we do. I honestly don't think we actually do get a deeper pullback. I think we just have this short little reaccumulation right here, and then we go ahead and we just continue to drive and make this new leg higher, right? And if that happens, so be it. It is what it is, right? If we can't catch this initial pump because we just didn't get the pullback that we wanted, or we just weren't ready for it, that's fine. Right, let this thing happen, because guess what? By the time New York session comes, hopefully we can see this thing truly give us an opportunity to get involved somewhere there on the pullback. All right, so there's a couple things that we can do here, right? Again, really depends. Again, I am a New York session trader, family, by the way, right? I am a New York session trader. I trade during New York session. Okay? So, Abel, what are you doing here for Asian? I'm just talking to y'all, just interacting, right? Doing a super early pre-market analysis with y'all. That's what I'm here for, right? But I'm still setting up for New York session trades, right? I'm not trading tonight. I'm not going to trade during Asian sessions. So if you're here for, you know, actual direct signals, then I apologize. This is not the channel for you. But if you want me to give you some actual valid setups that you can keep your eye on and pay attention to for London session and New York session, then absolutely you're in the right spot. So again, for me, I think we honestly have a chance of just staying within this range, and we just pop out and just continue to drive here. Right, so that's where I'm leaning at here for gold. So yeah, that's how I would want to go ahead and get involved, and I would want to trade this all day long. Just looking for some more continuations to the upside here. So hopefully by tomorrow morning, during New York session. Now again, we typically don't go live in the trade room on Fridays, but because we have PPI, I'm gonna try my best to try to, free some time up. Again, I don't go live on Fridays just because I can't, or I have prior obligations on Fridays. But give me 1 second, family. All right, so let's see what we got here. Let me see. All right, so again, for gold now, what am I looking for? I just want to see the market come back. All right, if we can see this market maybe push back to this level here, maybe that can act as a form of support and give us enough to make our next move to the upside, right? Because again, I'm not expecting. I mean, if I am expecting a deep, like this is the deepest I want us to go if we are gonna get it. Again, I don't know if we are gonna get this deep, but this is the deepest I would want to go for gold. All right, I would personally recommend again just a short correction, and then we go ahead and start driving. But I wouldn't be opposed to taking the sweep of this level neither. All right, for gold, yeah. Yeah, so I wouldn't be opposed to that, man. So we'll have to see, though. Again, things can change. A lot can happen overnight. A lot can happen. Price can be a completely different level from, by the time New York session starts. But based off current price action, based off current structure, based off current levels, this will be the play for me here on gold. Something like this. All right, seeing if we can maybe correct, get down into this little lone candles, sweep that level, and then go ahead and continue bullish here. I think that's not a bad play, and I think that's very possible for sure. All right, so that's where I'm at here for gold, right? So hopefully it aligns with what you think, and if it doesn't, then just trust yourself if you trust yourself, man. Let's see, what trading comps do you use? NAS 100, my baby. All right, NAS 100 is your baby. If NAS 100 is your baby, then the NAS 100 is she's cheating on you, my brother. I'm just being honest. She's cheating on you, right? Because there's a lot of people that consider NAS 100 their baby, and I was one of them at one point, and then I abandoned her. I gave her back to you. All right, but what are we talking about for NAS here real quick? What do we think can happen for NAS, right? Well, I'm a big fan of just looking for more buys here, right? I think we have more upside to go personally speaking, right? So again, depending on what happens tomorrow morning, but comes tomorrow, I will be looking for reasons to try to go long here, all right? Again, I don't know what price is going to be at by the morning. It could, again, for some reason, indices have been, having a lot of momentum during London for some reason. Over the past few weeks, so you never know where this is going to be at by the time I wake up. But either way, I'm a big fan of looking for reasons to buy this thing, right? So I would actively be looking for buys. Maybe on a breakout of this little range that we're creating, we could look for some reasons to go ahead and go long here. All right, on the NASDAQ. All right, so again, we'll have to see what happens, but I'm definitely favoring upside here for indices, man. I really am. I want to see more upside, so we'll have to just let structure continue to build. And hopefully by New York session, something that's set up for us to go ahead and take advantage of. All right, another thing too that I did, family, right? So I actually did. I'm gonna start trading futures as well, right? I ended up getting an account with my futures funding or my funded futures or whatever the hell the company's called. My funded futures, I believe it's called. All right, so I did get an account with them. All right, so I'm gonna start trading the futures account next week. And that's going to be dope because we're going to be able to trade live together right on TradingView, all right, using all futures charts. All right, so we already got my futures section set up. We got our ES, we got our NQ, right, which ES is the S&P, NQ is the NASDAQ 100, CL1 is oil, all right, crude oil, GC1 is gold, and then we have the euro, and then we have soybeans, right? Soybeans is just because we're trying to do something funny with soybeans. All right, but we do got a few little, a few markets that we're gonna tap into on the futures side, man. So I'm excited. Next week we start our futures journey. All right, again, I've never traded futures a day in my life ever. All right, I don't even know anything about futures, right? Now because I've been trading long enough, it's very easy for me to pick this stuff up. Right, like obviously when it comes to forex versus futures, we're not trading in terms of lot sizes like we do in the on the forex market. we're trading contracts, right? Each contract has a value and a risk, right? So it's gonna be a little bit of adjustment, man. But again, I've been trading for so long now, I don't think it's gonna be too different because the charts are the same, right? The charts are the same, right? Like this S&P chart, the ES1 chart, literally looks identical to the S&P 500, right? Like literally the same exact one we've been trading anyways. So it's not like any of the charts are any different. I think the only difference is just getting used to the different terminology, to be honest with you. All right, so that's gonna be dope, man. We're gonna document that as well, that journey. All right, I'm gonna make a video on YouTube. Matter of fact, I'm actually gonna record that video tomorrow, and I'm gonna make a series out of this, right? You know, because again, I'm brand new to futures, right? So I want to start a series, brand new, fresh. So when I blow a ton of accounts for whatever reason, if I do, I can always say, hey, I'm new. All right, like, hey, man, I'm new to futures. Leave me alone real quick. I'm learning. All right, so, yeah, it's going to be dope, man. It's going to be dope to see. Let's see what we got here, though. Let's see. You taught me so much in IM. I appreciate that, Margaret. Thank you so much, man. That's much love, much love. Can you go over pound? Yeah, of course. Right, let's go over the pound dollar as well. Pound dollar, man. Again, the pound dollar is in an interesting level, man. But just because of the reaction that we've gotten today now. Again, yesterday, what did I tell you guys? Oh, it wasn't yesterday. It was actually 2 days ago, I think. Was it 2 days ago? Yeah, it actually was, right? So 2 days ago, guys, the last time I was actually on stream with y'all, I told you guys I wanted to see gold or GU come up and literally take out this level right here, all right? The 1.2772 level. All right, this is the same exact level we highlighted 2 days ago last time I was on stream with y'all. What did the market do? It actually came up to that level and it immediately shifted lower. This thing ended up dropping, guys, a good amount, right? Almost around 100 pips or so. GU ended up dropping today. But again, same concept, why now my bias is shifting again, right? I went from wanting to see this thing go all the way down to now seeing how we reacted after news. And I'm like, damn, all right, you know what? I mean, it still could fall, to be fair. All right, this liquidity pocket still could hold. But I'm just not seeing that just yet, right? Because again, I am expecting continuations lower for the dollar. So while I would have to probably assume, you know, more continuations to the upside here for GU. Right, again, even if we do, again, there's that chance that we do still fall. But even if we do fall, I think it's just going to be preparing us for a possible buy situation, in my opinion. Right, even if we do fall, I'll still be looking for a buy. All right, so that's where I stand with that overall. Let's see. Futures is lit. Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna take it out, man. We're gonna see what the difference is. See how it works. From what I've been hearing, the futures market is just a lot smoother, a lot cleaner to trade on, especially since we can trade directly on TradingView. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, we're just gonna have to see it. We're just gonna have to see how this goes for sure. But I'm excited for it. Can you drop the futures app in the chat, right? So the actual, again, I'm going through a prop firm, all right, because I have no idea how to trade futures, right? So I'm going through a prop firm, right? This is the prop firm right here, all right? My funded futures, okay? My funded futures. This is always have to try to. Let me just go to the home page, bro. You can't just let me go to the home page. You can't let me go to the home page, right? So this is it right here. Again, it is a prop firm, just similar to all the other prop firms that we have on the Forex side. It's similar over here on the futures side, right? The only thing with this prop firm is that it's only a one-phase prop firm. You have to make 8% on it without losing 3%. And if you could do that, then you go straight to the funded account, and then obviously the same process repeats itself, right? But yeah, this is the platform I'm using my funded futures as of right now. You know, so if you want to try the futures market out, and you want to go the prop firm route to try it out, by all means, here's an option for you. Okay, so that's pretty much where we're at for that. All right, let's see pound news at 12. Yeah, we got GDP. We got GDP tomorrow at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, well, I mean, that's definitely gonna shake the pound up, right? So, now that you say that, right? Do you think, right? Because now that we are in the pocket of liquidity up here, do you think news coming out would actually be a reason for this thing to probably fall? Right, well, let's look at it, right? GDP is what? Gross domestic product, right? The GDP tells us how an economy or a country is doing. Right? When we are seeing a growing GDP, that means that the economy is growing, the economy is expanding. When we see GDP contracting, the economy is contracting, right? You know, so that's just pretty much how we look at it. So as of right now, year over year, they're expecting it to go from 0.3% growth GDP to 0.2% GDP. That is a drop in GDP, right? Is that going to favor the pound, or is that going to make the pound weaker or stronger? That's a decent question. I believe, right, I think this type of news, if we do come out a lot lower than expected, if we come out at 0.2% or lower, showing that the economy is contracting. I'm trying to think about what their inflation rate was. I believe their inflation is still very sticky over there in the UK, I believe. I think their inflation is still pretty high, around 5, 6, 7% or something like that, right? So for that reason, because I believe their inflation is still pretty high, I think a drop in GDP could be signified as a positive, and it might actually cause GU to lose some strength. If that is perceived as a positive, right? GDP contracting could help fight their battle against inflation, which ultimately could probably cause some weakness here in the pound, right? So yeah, maybe. But this is the thing. Either way, even if news does come out and it drops this, bro, I'm still going to be looking for reasons to buy. Right? Because my sentiment against the dollar is what really holds the most weight. Right? It's not my sentiment against what's going to happen with the pound, because the dollar is going to overshadow all that. Right? So even if we do fall, I'm going to call the pump fake, and I'm going to look to try to buy the hell out of it. If possible. Right? I wouldn't even be mad if the market just spiked down below like this and then just continue to. Matter of fact, watch this. I'm gonna mark this off. The market's gonna do exactly like this tomorrow. Watch. Watch, and we're gonna see, right? But this is something that I wouldn't be opposed to for GU, man. I wouldn't be opposed to it. Again, just looking for continuations here, man. I just want the continuations. Again, initially I wanted to take out these lows, but I just don't think we're gonna get to those. I really don't think we're gonna get there. All right, so family, I just need one more favor, family. Go ahead and smash the like button if you haven't done so just yet. It does help out tremendously. All right, so if you are getting some value on the stream and you guys want me to continue to do it, just go ahead and smash the like button. That's all I ever ask from you guys, and just to show up. All right, so I do appreciate all you guys that have smashed the like button already. It does support the channel, supports the movement, and it continues to motivate me to do this. So I appreciate you guys so much. I love you, and yeah, just wanted to express some gratitude for you on that end. Perfect. All right, so that's GU, family, right? So interesting day in the markets again. I'm a big fan of looking for some longs here on gold. All right, this is probably gonna be my focus for tonight going into tomorrow. Maybe we could see a pullback to then continue here. GJ, again, we're still in profit on GJ, man. We need GJ to roll over. GJ is currently the only trade that we're actually in, you know, but this is the position that we took this morning. Literally been in it for about 12 hours now. Called out live in real time in the trade room, so we're still sitting in it. As of right now, I'm floating around 40 pips or so, but we have so much hopes for this. Like, I'm talking about, family, like we're talking about like massive downside, right? Like if you guys knew, like, look at my target here for GJ, right? And call me crazy if you want, please call me crazy, I would encourage it, right? But look at my target here for GJ, right? If we can hold, if we can truly, you know, get out of this little level that we're at now, oh my goodness, family, I'm targeting down here. We're talking about 900 pips to the downside. Right, we're talking about 900 pips to the downside here, right? So, yeah, I'm expecting massive moves lower here for GJ. We just gotta see if we can get it. All right, as of right now, we're already in a position, you know, up here. You know, hopefully we can continue to hold and we make money. All right, so that's where we're at. GJ's looking good. I want to see continuations. Gold's looking good. I want to see gold actually go a little bit lower than bounce up to the upside. And those are gonna be my focuses for tomorrow morning. All right, so family, any questions, comments, or concerns about anything to do with the forex markets, the currency markets, the future markets, the crypto markets? Actually, we're gonna talk about crypto in a few, so don't worry about the crypto markets. But anything about the forex markets, family, please go ahead and drop it in the chat, and we'll definitely go ahead and get into that as well. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and talk about the crypto market. Actually, right? Let's go right into the crypto market. And if you guys do have any currency pairs you guys want to analyze, by all means, let me know. and we'll still go ahead and get into that, right? But quick pivot, family. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the crypto market as a whole, because boy, oh boy, family, we have some massive, massive news that came out today. All right, literally, right? And that news is the fact that the Bitcoin ETF was approved yesterday, right? The fact that the Bitcoin ETF was approved yesterday allowed for the opportunity for the ETFs to start trading today, right? So the ETFs, the Bitcoin ETFs that were approved yesterday, are now or were public today. So when the stock market opened up, money started to flow into those Bitcoin ETFs, right? In fact, they're saying, based off of what I've been reading, right, there's been a lot of numbers, but within the first hour of the Bitcoin ETFs opening up, there was already $1 billion plus, right, that flowed into the markets, right, that flowed into the ETFs. All right, now keep in mind this, family, right? When you are investing into an ETF, you're not buying Bitcoin, right? That is not you actually directly buying the actual asset, right? You're buying the ETF, right, which is like a safer way, right, to that basket of goods, right, which for this one is going to be Bitcoin. But that's usually how it works, right? Somebody asked me this question this morning: would you rather buy the ETF or would you rather buy Bitcoin? I'm all about owning the actual asset. Why would I go and get exposure to crypto through a government controlled entity, right, with the ETF, when I could just go directly without them and do it myself and have ownership over the actual token itself, right? So I'm never gonna pick an ETF over the actual crypto itself, especially all of us that are a lot more knowledgeable. I think and I could be wrong here, right, but I think the ETF is really only going to be attractive to institutions, right, to hedge funds, right, or maybe to even, the older population, right, that are more comfortable investing into ETFs as opposed to crypto, right? The millennials and the Gen Zs that we're dealing with, right? All of us younger bucks, right? If you're under 30, under 40 years old, then you should be investing into crypto because you should be hip on what this stuff is. But if you're a little bit older, then I understand, right? Because it does take a little bit harder to adjust and to navigate into these things. But I'm always, no matter what age, I'm always gonna recommend to own the actual asset. All right, like don't get the ETF. Buy the actual Bitcoin. It just makes more sense that way if you ask me. Okay, but yeah, that was the big announcement that we had this week, right? We had the approval yesterday. We had it going live today. Billions of dollars poured in, $1 billion plus poured in within the first hour. By the end of today, right? Again, there's numbers everywhere from what I've seen, but it's anywhere between $7 to $10 billion, right? Flew into ETFs, into these Bitcoin ETFs today alone. Now, let's say hypothetically speaking, right? I'm just making a scenario so you guys can understand how this works. If I buy, right, $1 billion worth of ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, right, from let's just say BlackRock, okay? BlackRock now has to go to Coinbase and they also have to buy $1 billion worth of Bitcoin, actual Bitcoin from Coinbase, okay? So that they can go ahead and actually have enough to back what I want, right? Which is my $1 billion worth of Bitcoin backed ETFs, okay? So understand that process, right? So if there is a lot of Bitcoin or a lot of money flowing into ETFs, let's just say $10 billion flew into it today. That means there's $10 billion worth of Bitcoin purchases that now have to occur from BlackRock, from these big hedge funds that are actually doing the ETFs, right? They have to go back and they have to go purchase that crypto as well, right? So in my opinion, that's only more bullish for the crypto space. That's only more bullish for Bitcoin. All right, and that's what the ETF does, right? The ETF now allows for institutional money to actually enter the markets. Right, and if institutions want to go ahead and be safe and or quote unquote safe and invest into the ETF, fine, do that. While you invest into the ETF, you hedge fund, I'm gonna own the actual asset. It just makes a lot more sense for me, right? So again, that's pretty much what we've been dealing with, family, in the market space, in the crypto space for the past 24 hours. Massive news, historical news has come out. Now, this is the thing about the ETF. The ETF is going to be a long-term play. Although this is a very bullish catalyst here, right? This is something that's just going to keep this bull run going for a prolonged period of time. It doesn't necessarily mean that this has to just bounce up right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that this has to just fly. That's not what this means, right? Now we should expect some type of a pump though, right? But it's not that this is just going to start to just go all the way and that's it, right? That's just not how this works. So just be patient with that, right? The ETF is great news, but it's great news just for the longevity of crypto, longevity of Bitcoin, and where Bitcoin can truly reach, in the long term, right? So just be mindful of that. The most important event for crypto is still by far the Bitcoin halving, which is still around 3 months away, right? So that's just going to be another crazy thing. Okay, but let's go ahead and look at the rest of the market, family. So again, as of right now, we are still sitting at $1.77 trillion market cap for the entire crypto space as a whole, with $102 billion worth of 24-hour volume. Bitcoin's dominance is sitting at 51.1%, which means, again, most of the money on the platform, 51% of all money right now within cryptos is sitting in Bitcoin, right? That's just because Bitcoin is, just to make a comparison, right? Just a comparison that we might understand, right? I'm not saying it's exactly like this, but it's just a comparison that you guys might understand. Right, when we're looking at things in the forex markets, right, we typically look and make decisions based off of the correlation of the DXY, right? Because the DXY is what? It is the stronghold, right? It is the safe haven, right? It is the godfather currency. Well, when it comes to cryptos, Bitcoin is that godfather currency, right? Bitcoin is the thing that you want to have, especially during times of fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the marketplace as a whole. Right, so whenever Bitcoin has this much dominance, usually more times than not, Bitcoin is probably usually going to be leading the way more times than not, right? But once this starts to drop, like if BTC dominance starts to get below 50%, 45%, 40%, then that is a beautiful sign that the altcoins are probably going to see a pump, right? Which is pretty much every other crypto. But for the most part, we're still seeing a lot of dominance, man. People are still pouring into Bitcoin as a whole, still holding Bitcoin as a whole. And honestly, that's probably what we're going to see, especially at the start of these, these bull markets, these bull runs that we're about to experience. All right, so just taking a quick look. For the most part, a lot of green across the board here. All right, we are seeing a couple projects that are down a little bit on the day. But for the most part, yeah, we're seeing a ton of green. It was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in the markets as a whole. Absolutely, right? Now, I do think there is a reason why we also seen the market just sell off recently, right? Because if we look at Bitcoin, we had the actual initial pump here on the actual open, but then it completely erased, right? And it erased because there's also major headlines of, some of the biggest hedge funds pretty much saying that they're never going to accept Bitcoin, right? Or pretty much literally blocking, their customers that, are with them from accessing Bitcoin, right? Which is a major big deal. All right, so let me see if I could get this up here real quick. All right, because this is actually a platform that's actually showing it. Let me see. Do you want to obey my man squeeze? Let me see if I can bring this up real quick, family. All right, because this is important, man. Daily, Texas, Dallas, Texas. All right, so one of the biggest things that I believe caused the market to truly do this little sell-off that we just seen in Bitcoin, was headlines like this, right? Because obviously we got the approval yesterday, right? A lot of big-time hedge funds approved the ETF. It was great news. Today, they finally went public. But also today, now we also have some critics, right? We have Vanguard. Vanguard is one of the top 3 largest hedge funds in the world. I believe it's top 3, is definitely top 5. One of the largest hedge funds in the world based off assets under management, right? But look at what they're saying. All right, $7.7 trillion asset manager, Vanguard, says they will not offer spot Bitcoin ETFs. Right, so they're one of, I believe, 2, because there's another one as well, right? There's a hedge fund that is owned by Bank of America. I forgot the name of it, but they also said that they're not going to offer spot Bitcoin ETFs, right? Now, of course, they're getting a ton of backlash because of this, right? I've seen on Twitter, Vanguard, they're getting legit backlash because they're not offering, Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin ETFs. right? So a lot of people are now literally leaving, literally cashing out of their 401ks, cashing out of their retirement plans, and they're taking it out of Vanguard, and they're literally putting it everywhere else now because they don't want to offer spot Bitcoin ETFs. I think hedge funds like this that are not trying to adjust to the times, that are not trying to go ahead and understand how historic this moment is going to truly regret it in the future, right? Absolutely regret it. And Vanguard is one of them. I can't remember the name of the other one, but I think this is what really ended up causing this initial sell-off, right? Because obviously, we're talking about one of the top 3 largest hedge funds, right? $7.7 trillion under management is insane, right? Vanguard alone, right, has enough assets or capital under management, right, that literally eclipses a lot of countries out there, majority of the countries in the world, which is crazy, right? So this is a powerful entity that's now saying this. So yeah, I believe that was definitely a good reason why we probably did see that little bit of a sell-off here on gold as well, right? I believe so. I believe that's definitely why we seen a nice little sell-off. So it's just a matter of now just letting it play out, right? Again, I still think we got a lot of upside for sure. Yeah, so we'll have to see though. All right, but very interesting, right? But let's go ahead and look at a few more, right? So look at this. ETFs trading volume surpasses 4.5 billion in the first day of trading, which is crazy, right? So on and so forth, right? So yeah, that's interesting though, family. I mean, how you guys feel about that? Right? How are you guys feeling about the crypto space as a whole? How are you guys feeling about the ETF news? Are you guys excited for it? Are you guys even exposed to crypto as of yet? Like, let me know, man. Let's talk in the chat. Let's have these conversations, family. I'm generally interested to know where you guys stand. All right, let's see what else we got here. Greetings from Japan. What's going on, Dom? Good to see you in the building, man. Great to see you in the building, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Let's see. Once you master futures, will you be teaching it in the trade room? Absolutely, right? Again, like, this is the thing. The concepts are the same, right? Trading is trading. The only thing that I just got to get used to when it comes to futures is more so the different terminology. And that's it, right? Because since we're able to trade on TradingView, like, it literally does everything. Look at this, right? Look how crazy this is when you're trading future on TradingView, right? So let's just say hypothetically, I'm looking for, this S&P 500 trade, all right? Hypothetically, right? I'm not taking this trade. But let's just say I'm looking for this buy right here. We set up the entire setup. We set up the perimeter, right? Things like this, right? Hypothetically speaking, of course, right? But let's say we're going to target brand new highs, up to 4,900, right? Look how easy futures makes it for us, right? So this is our setup right here, right? All I have to do now is right click over here, click on create a limit order, all right, and boom, now I have literally the ability to go ahead and just place the trade. All right, just click buy. All right, all I did was literally set this tool that we always use anyways, click create a limit order, and it does the rest for you, right? So TradingView makes it extremely easy. Honestly, a lot easier than anything else from what I've seen to actually go ahead and place trades, and do so while using proper risk management, because all the risk is right here. Like right now on this setup, I'll be risking literally 1%, right? 1% for based off of this stop loss size and everything. 1 unit is going to cost me $987 for the S&P, right? I'll be able to only trade 1 contract if I'm only willing to risk 1%. If I wanted to risk 2%, then I'll go ahead and add 2 contracts. Now I'm risking 1.98%, so on and so forth, right? So, I mean, yeah, this thing literally does everything for you, right? So, yeah, I think it's a lot easier, right? Futures might be a lot easier just because of how easy it is with TradingView access. So, that's just my thoughts on that when it comes to that. Let's see what else we got here, though. Are ETFs insured? I mean, they are government-backed, entities, right? So I would believe they are. Let's see. Maybe we waiting for the purchases. I'm sure hedge funds don't just run and push the button. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that again, for example, if BlackRock, if they sell $10 billion worth of ETFs, and they have to go and buy $10 billion worth of crypto. I just don't know if it's all in one purchase, obviously, because that would definitely spook the markets like crazy. It might spook it in a good way, but I don't know how that works, right? But they do have to eventually buy it though, for sure. All right, so what about ETH? I mean, Ethereum's a good one as well, right? Again, I'm very, very big on Ethereum, Bitcoin. A lot of the top projects, man, in the first page of this, like, they're all really good projects, right? So yeah, I'm a big fan of Ethereum. I think Ethereum has a ton of upside. I'm calling a $15,000 Ethereum sometime this year for sure. Let's see. Hey, we waiting for they have traders looking at the charts and fundamentals too. Maybe just waiting for that price. Yeah, possibly. I see Vanguard needs to adapt. I don't understand why they aren't. I don't know, but they're losing a lot of customers because of it. Or I have no idea why. Let's see. I signed up for crypto man. That's my level. Absolutely, and I'm excited to really give you this sauce, right? Because this is the thing about crypto, right? Crypto is there's so many layers when it comes to truly mastering this, right? So it is going to take some time, So I'm definitely glad. That you locked on board for sure, so that we can get you right. We're gonna have a few sessions together. I think it's gonna truly change your outlook on the crypto space, and I think it's gonna benefit you tremendously, right? So definitely welcome to the mentorship. You're one of a few. You're one of a few people that actually did sign up for that already, and I'm excited to really get started with you and just really get you right. So big shout out to you. Shout out to the other couple of people that actually purchased as well. The offer that I set out this morning. This morning I did put out an offer of one-on-one sessions, 3 one-on-one sessions with me. Just teaching you everything that I know about trading, but more so, this is gonna be focused really on crypto, right? So I'm gonna teach you trading because it has to do with crypto, but it's really gonna just give you guys an in-depth breakdown of the crypto market, the crypto space, how to get involved, how to secure yourself, how to protect yourself, and just everything you need to know. It's gonna be absolutely fire. So again, I look forward to it, man. I'm talking about so much because I'm just excited for it. So we'll see. Hey, if you're interested, family, let me know. Send me an email. All right, send me an email if you're interested in getting access. I only have 2 more spots open for the one-on-one mentorship. 2 more spots open. So whoever wants it, message me, get access to me, get a hold of me somehow, and we'll get you on board, right? Because we are starting the one-on-ones next week, and next week we start getting you guys some crypto. So it's gonna be dope. All right, but let's see what else we got here. I believe in Bitcoin, but I'm still a bit bearish overall. It's this, you know what's crazy? I said this the other day as well. All right. What if, right? Again, I don't know what's gonna happen. What if we do need to see some type of a liquidation here, right? What if, Bitcoin does need to go ahead and liquidate some orders, right? Maybe take out this 40,000 level once again before we see that next move higher, right? You just never know, right? Obviously, the market's gonna do what it wants. But the thing about cryptos, we're at a point right now in the crypto space where, especially if you're looking to invest into it, like, who cares if it drops, right? Because if it does drop, then that's just another opportunity to get in more, right? To buy more. Literally, right? Somebody this morning wrote a comment on one of my posts, right? And they said a similar thing like that, right? They said, Abel, should I wait for a pullback to get involved? Yes or no? And to be honest, anybody that's waiting for a pullback on Bitcoin to get involved, you're thinking too small. I'm just being honest with you, right? You're thinking way too small. You're really not looking at this in the right way, right? Because whether you get in, for an example, right? Whether you get in here at 46,000 or whether you get in here at 40,000, I promise you, right, when we're trading above all-time highs, you're not going to care about where you got in, whether it's 46 or 40. You're just going to be glad that you got in, right, that you have exposure. Because I know a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are trying to wait for some type of pullback to start investing, and that's not how you want to do it, right? I mean, yeah, you do want to get in when it's low, obviously, if we can get it, but don't just try to wait for it. No, I'm buying whenever I can. I'm buying at the top of this wick if I have to, and if it pulls back, I'm buying more, and if it continues to drop, I'm buying more. And the reason why I'm like that is because I'm so confident in where I see this market going, right? Again, this is my 3rd Bitcoin cycle now, right? It's not my first halving cycle that I went through. This is my 3rd one now, right? So that's why I'm so confident. And even if we do see a collapse, that we need to buy the hell out of it even more. Sell your house, sell your mom, sell your wife, sell your kids, sell your dog, sell everything, and get yourself some crypto, man. We could buy them back. We can buy everybody back later on in the future, man, when we up. That's like, that's the type of of an intensity you have to have right now, right? And excitement you got to have with this space because we're so early on. We're still 3 months out from the halving. Are you serious right now? Right? We're still 3 months out from the one thing that's truly going to make Bitcoin go to 100,000, 200,000, 300,000. We're still 3 months out. So we got 3 months to accumulate. That's why right now is the best time to get educated. That's why, Amy, you're going to be phenomenal because you invested into yourself. You got the one-on-ones, and we're going to teach you everything you need to know about crypto. So over the next 3 months before the actual halving, you can accumulate and have a nice bag waiting for the Bitcoin halving to happen. And now you can just sit and just chill the rest of the year and let your assets grow. Like, that's why we talk about crypto so often, because of the timing. There's no better timing than now. Like, don't wait for no pullback. Forget the pullback. And just buy it now. And if it does pull back, buy it again. And if it pulls back deeper, buy it again. Like, I hope you guys are feeling me, family, because that's the type of mindset you got to have right now with the crypto space. I'm telling you. If you think like that, I promise you, by the end of this year, you're going to be extremely grateful for the investments you're making now. I guarantee it. I guarantee it, man. So, again, just throwing it out there, man. Like, I'm super passionate about this because I know what it's gonna do for me, and I know what it's gonna do for y'all that lock in. I'm telling y'all. Right? So, yeah. So that's our quick rundown, guys, of the crypto space, man. Super interesting to see all that stuff for sure. Right, now let's talk about another headline that I'm very interested in seeing. Again, this is, take the source for what it is. This is from cryptonews.net. I did see another headline. Again, the sources aren't that reliable for this headline right here, but I do want to just bring it up. Because I think even if it's not exactly 7.7, I think it's somewhat close, right? Because Coinbase is literally the custodian partner for damn near 80% of all these ETFs. So Coinbase is going to truly benefit the most from these ETFs than anybody out there. Like, it's not even close, right? But look at this headline, right? Again, this is from Crypto News. Take the source from what it is, all right? So just throwing it out there. But Coinbase records $7.7 billion in Bitcoin sales on Bitcoin ETF launch day. Family, what's your initial thoughts on that? What's your initial thoughts on a headline like this? What's your initial thoughts, man? Because this is interesting and this is crazy. You know what's truly beneficial for something like this? Let's take a look at what coin stock is doing. Right? Because one of the best performing stocks of this year, of last year, one of the best performing stocks of the year last year was Coinbase. If we look at Coinbase at the beginning of last year, which is literally the lows, like, look at this, right? Like, the low was literally January 2023. Right? If you look at the low, look at this thing. Up over 300% on a stock in 1 year is beautiful and crazy at the same time. Right? So, because of Coinbase now being directly involved with all this ETF news, Coinbase is going to benefit. So not only is Coinbase eating, but for anybody that also believes Coinbase is going to eat, why not invest into the stock? Coinbase is already up 300% on the year. I get it, right? It's already up a lot. But I think Coinbase has so much more upside to go, right? I'm hoping for a deep pullback, maybe below 100, but Coinbase has so much upside to go, right? I truly think Coinbase eventually ends up becoming one of the most valuable stocks that we have. It's just my opinion, right? This is super early on, But I think Coinbase eventually does become one of the top stocks, one of the top performing stocks in the whole country. So Coinbase is interesting, man, especially if we're doing numbers like this. If we doing numbers like this, oh yeah, Coin is gonna have a field day. Oh my goodness, it's gonna have a field day. So I'm just saying, y'all do what y'all want with that information, Philly, but I think it's gonna be crazy. All right, so that's what we got with that right now. We got a couple more headlines, and then we'll pretty much wrap it up, right? So another headline that I seen, family, that I thought was very worthy of us to talk about and conversate about has to do with this. Look at this article real quick. All right, now it doesn't have to do with trading or anything like that, but look at this article, and let me know your guys' thoughts about this right here. Let me know your thoughts about this right here. Look at this. It says Army civilian employee indicted in San Antonio for alleged $100 million fraud scheme. This is crazy. How do you scam the Army out of $100 million and nobody notices it until it's at $100 million? Like what, family? Like what? This ain't crazy? Like, how does the Army allow a civilian employee literally scam them for $100 million? And how they did it is this lady right here, Janet Yamanka Mello. Right, she ended up creating different entities, right, that partners with the Army. And now she's creating invoices to the Army saying, hey, pay us this money so that we can do these services, so we can produce or we can do whatever we want to do. And in return, she's taking all that money for herself. This is crazy. $100 million. Now I wonder how long she's gonna do. All right, do you think she gets jail time? Let's see. May is charged with 5 counts of mail fraud, 4 counts of engaging in a monetary transaction over $10,000, and 1 count of aggravated. She is scheduled for her initial point. So she was just arrested. She did last month. Middle phase a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for each fraud charge, up to 10 years in prison for each spending. Damn. So she's, golly, she's facing 20 years for each fraud charge. She has 4 charges of fraud. That's 80 years right there. And then 10 years for each spending statute charge. And a mandatory minimum of 2 years in prison for the aggravated. So she's doing at least 2 years minimum. But possibly 100 years. That's crazy. She got greedy. Yeah, no, that's crazy, bro. 100 million is nuts, bro. She definitely got, this is definitely Fed time. Absolutely. Now, the thing is, this is where my question comes, right? Would you do the same thing that she did? Take 100 million, knowing the possibility of being locked up for damn near your life, if you can save half of that and keep it to the side for your family, so your family could live a phenomenal life moving forward? Would you do that? I don't know if I'll do that. That's crazy, right? But would you do that? Let's say out of let's say you did $100 million scheme, right? You know there's a chance you're going to jail, but you obviously did some smart plays. You hid some money somewhere. You got 50 million tucked away somewhere that nobody knows besides your family. Would you take that charge happily? Yes or no? Knowing that your family's now set for life, but yeah, you got to go away for life and miss out on all that time. I don't know. Right, I love my kids too much. I don't know if I could do that. Right? I do not know if I could do that. Right? I just honestly don't know. I don't know. Right? Because again, I love my kids too much, man. I don't know if it'll be worth it. They'll most likely definitely season. Yeah, I mean, you know how it goes. You know how it goes, though, right? They will try to seize everything, right? You think these criminals are dumb? For the most part, a lot of the criminals are really not that dumb. Nah, but this is crazy. Like, and keep in mind, like, this is legit an actual government website. So, like, you ain't getting no better source than the actual justice.gov website about this article. This is nuts. Sheesh, that's crazy. That is crazy, right? So let's see what else we got here, though. All right, so the last topic that I wanted to talk to you guys about is the whole situation that's happening out there in the Red Sea. Or is it the Red Sea? I believe it's the Red Sea. All right, so let's go ahead and take a quick spin around this Twitter feed. Shout out to Mario. Let me see where we at with it, right? Because one of the biggest news events that happened today has to do with this whole situation with the Houthis, right? The Iranian-backed militia. All right, let me see what else we got. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, because we literally just bombed them. We just sent bombs over there. Let me see. Let me see where we're at. The Houthis are claiming they sank an American ship. That's crazy. Yeah, no, this is some crazy stuff, family. Like, again, I don't care what anybody says, man. Like, if we're over here battling, we're definitely at war right now, and we're at war. And I'm just saying this for myself, right? Obviously, it is what it is, right? But I feel like we're truly battling right now with a lot of these, you know, militant groups. And the Houthis is definitely the one right now that we're dealing with, right? That has the UK and the US literally attacking them, like legit bombing them. Which is crazy because I don't know how this is going to end well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even want to go down the rabbit hole, right? Because I feel like going down the rabbit hole of that type of conversation with what's happening over there now is a setup. It's a setup. Oh man, let's see. I'm losing it trying to buy this crypto. Which crypto are you trying to buy, Eric? Which one is it? And so you do something like that, you have to set aside for the fam, but that also means your fam is also gonna get the backlash and watch like a hawk. That is true, Dom. Right? That is true. Very, very true. I don't even think the family would want that. All right, but let's see what else we got here, guys. Take another quick look at the markets. Let's see. Yep, gold. I want gold to play nicely for us. Come on, GJ. Look at GJ, family. Come on, baby. GJ, don't kill my vibe. Yeah. We in profit. Let's go. Shout out to GJ. We flow in. Look at the blues. Look at the blues. Yeah. I got 4 standards open on GJ right now, man. Up around almost $1,800. Let's go. I need that to continue to drop for us, though. Come on, GJ. If you get to here, man, this is going to be a $4,000 trade, I think. Something around that nature. Something around. Probably actually a little bit more. Well, come on, GJ. Keep rolling over for us. Come on. We were waiting for 12 plus hours for you to start rolling over. Don't do us dirty. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. We're not here to waste time. GJ, please don't kill our vibe. Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely going to break even though. I'm definitely going to break even now though. I never went break even on GJ, but I'm going break even now. Definitely going break even on GJ now. All right, so I'm fully risk free now on GJ. Phenomenal, baby. What a W, yo, family. It's been a W week. It's been a W week. It really has. It's been a freaking great week. Let's see let's see. Yeah, if I close out the trades that I'm in now, it's gonna be like an $8,000 week for your boy. Let's go. I love it. What a great first real week back. Let's go. I freaking love it, man. And shout out to you guys that are in the trade room. Like literally seeing us take every single trade in real time together. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all phenomenal. Y'all superstars. Absolutely. Right, but family, anything else for me, family? Anything else? Any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys have for me? Please let me know in the chat. If you guys are not a part of the Discord, I highly highly encourage you guys to go ahead and join the Discord. Okay, how can you join the Discord? By joining the family. Right, point blank period. Join the family. All right, you can literally get access to our Discord for free if you want to just join the Discord, or you can go ahead and join the trade room for only $24 for the first month. All right, so if that's you, then don't sleep. All right, go right there, start today. All right, wap.com/Profit Society for $24 for the trade room, which is completely different. Yeah, $24 for the month for the trade room. You gotta type in coupon code 2024. Perfect. All right, but family, besides that, man, I do love you guys. I gotta jump off though. I wasn't planning on being on here for too long tonight. Just wanted to come on here and just do my thing with y'all as usual. You know, provide you guys with the value, give you guys a few little headlines and a few different things for sure. All right, but I do appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for jumping on. We are gonna be back again, maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I am gonna be changing my schedule, guys. I'm only gonna be doing Monday through Thursday here on YouTube, right? So Monday through Thursday, we'll be live with y'all every single Monday through Thursday. So please be mindful of that. I don't know. I still might go live with you guys tomorrow, depending on how I feel. But other than that, I do love you guys. I appreciate y'all. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you guys for jumping on. And hopefully you guys have a phenomenal rest of your guys' nights. And yeah. All right, y'all. Take care, family. Love you guys. Appreciate y'all. I got to get up out of here, though. Let's get it.